Hi YouTube, this is a unique superstar coming at you with a less serious topic. This will be unfortunately a two-part video, two parts, because YouTube only allows 15-minute maximum videos. But anyways, this video will be about my two favoriteest vacations ever. Okay, the first one, my favoriteest vacation ever, number one, which is going to be part one, of course, is Washington, D.C. My class trip, my 8th grade class trip to Washington, D.C. during spring break, April 1st through 6th. Okay, this was my favorite trip because I got to spend it with my best friend, Aubriana. Shout out to Aubriana, love you. And she made it fun because, she's my best friend and we have lots of fun together. And I wish my other friend, Lena, could go. Shout out to, Lena too, and I forgot her YouTube. I forgot Lena's YouTube, but I think it's Miss Manson 415. Check her out, but I'm not sure. But if you really want to know, just inbox me. But so okay, Washington D.C. was fun because when I was in 8th grade, I had discovered it's because I had saw flyers on the wall. Then I was disappointed because I was like, okay, you have to be in 8th grade, and I was only in 7th grade at the time. So when 8th grade rolled around and it was about time for the trip, I had asked my mom if I could go. She had said no because it was very expensive. I think it was about $800 or $900. I think it was about $800. But yeah, it was really expensive. So she was like, we can't afford it, so I couldn't go. But then at first I had lost hope. Then I had asked my grandma if she would pay for it, and she had made a deal with me. She said if I get all A's my whole 8th grade year, then I could go. So then I pretty much had all A's, but I've always been a high honor roll / honor roll student my whole life because I'm just smart. I don't know. I'm just smart, so it wasn't really that hard. I think it was like it was only one class I struggled with, and that was social studies. And because my social studies teacher, he had taught high school before, so he expected a lot from us because he had taught high school before. He gave us harder work and stuff, and he expected a lot from us. So that was challenging, but I had to work my little booty off, and I got my A. So then, okay, all throughout this, I was trying to, because they was having meetings and stuff, during the cafeteria, they was raise your hand if you think you're pretty sure you're going to go to Washington, D.C. So I raised my hand and got the, informational packet thing saying, all the places we would go and what time and all that other stuff. So I had got that during the lunch, so then we had this other meeting, and it was discovered that we was going to go to the White House, and we was so happy because it was the first time our district where I live, because this is a annual 8th grade trip for the two schools that goes up to 8th grade in my district. It's the first time that we've been allowed, or not allowed, but we were going to the White House. So we had to get our social security number and call our parents and then all that other stuff. So, and then what after that we had a meeting, and trying to because the assistant principal, he had said we could pick our roommates, but I didn't know, because of course it had to be not a guy and a girl. It had to be two dudes, and because it was supposed to be four people in each room. And so it was we had to pick our roommates, or he would pick them for us. So I was I don't know none of these dudes, because most of the people that went on the trip were in gifted, which is because in my school we had clusters. We had 7th grade was red cluster and blue cluster, and 8th grade, which was I was in, was green cluster and black cluster, and gifted was 7th and 8th grade gold, which was gold. And so I was in green cluster, and yeah, most of the people that went that was in gold cluster because either one, they were spoiled, or two, um their parents had like was rich or had like a lot of money, or three, they were spoiled and their parents had was well off. So most of the people that went was in gold, and it was like a couple of people that went that was in black cluster, and a couple of people that went that was in green. And so my friend Aubriana, shout out to Aubriana, she had said she was going, and so I was happy of that because I was like, I was pretty sure I was going to get that A. So I'm like, yes, I get to go with my friend, my best friend, Aubriana. So I was happy about that. And so then, like, I didn't pick my roommates because I didn't know none of them. And he had picked them for us because he was like, it was only going to be 3 people in my room, including me. He was like, one of them he didn't think was going to go because he didn't really want to go. He was, his mom wanted him to go to experience it or whatever. So he didn't think he was going to go, but he did end up going on the trip. But it was only 3 people to my room. And so then, okay, flash forward to the first day. That evening, like, of April 1st, I think, we had to, meet up at my school, like, my school. And, wait, before that, we had a meeting at another school, you know, saying the trip and details and what they expected of us and all that other stuff. And then, the people that was going, because it was our school and another school that went up to 8th grade, like I said, I think. And so we had met up at my school, and we had to like put the tags on the bag, and then we was waiting for the coach buses, because we had rode on coach buses. Like, it was fun, even though I wish we flew on an airplane, but it was fun though. Like, yeah, because I never flew on an airplane before, so I wish we would have did that, but the coach bus was fun. So we had met up at our school, and then we had waited a while for the coach buses to arrive. Then they finally got arrived. Then it was like took a long time to get on the bus, and then because it had been there for a while, when we had went out, and then everybody was saying bye to their parents, and I was like, bye mommy. And so yeah, everybody did that, and they in the meeting that we had at the other school that was going with us, they was like, people in the past like be bringing like stuff on the bus, like chicken, fried chicken, and other stuff like that. So my mama, I had asked my mom for some money, and she was like, no. Then I asked my grandma, and then she was like, no. But I had brought like probably like $120 of my own money that I had saved up from my savings account. So then, okay, my mom she had bought me a Subway footlong, and she had ordered it like cause she knows how I like it, and then she had ordered that. She got me a box of Special K bars, and I think a couple of other stuff with food or whatever. And I had a big old thing of Gatorade on the bus with me too, cause I had brought a bag with like food and stuff, and my Gatorade, and I think I had a journal up in there too. And then I had like 4 other Gatorades in my bag. So that was underneath the, the thing of the coach bus with everybody else's bag. And then we had headed off and stuff. And yeah, we had headed off. Then we had like rest stops periodically. And the first one was in Indiana somewhere. And like, it was so fun because they were like, it has to be like, it can't be a guy and a girl, because we be sleeping on the coach bus, throughout the night or whatever till we get there. So Abriana, like my friend Abriana, she was over here, and then I was over here, like right across from her, because I think she was sitting by herself. And like I was sitting over here right across from her, sitting with this other dude, and like he was talking like the whole trip, and he was all annoying, like talking to his friends like back there and stuff. And I was like, he was talking so many times. It was so many times I wanted to say shut up, but I was being so nice and polite because I didn't, being nice and polite. But like the girl in front of me that wasn't gifted, which I didn't like her. She had finally told him to be quiet, so that was good. But like me and Abriana, we was hanging out the whole trip. Like everybody was listening to music. We was like talking to each other on the bus a little bit, and we did the rest stops, and people was trying to buy Starbucks coffee at one of the rest stops and stuff. And then, so that part was fun. And then, okay, we had got there finally. And I thought we was gonna go to the hotel at first, but no, we had cause in between the trip we had stopped in Pennsylvania, Maryland, and like it wasn't just we was just going to Washington D.C. We had toured a couple things in Pennsylvania, Maryland, and like the the bacon up in Maryland and Virginia and Washington D.C. too. Well, I don't know about Washington D.C., but Maryland and Pennsylvania and Virginia is so fresh and fine. It's so fresh, like it tastes like it's been slain or something. But like, yeah, so then we had got there, and then I thought we was going to go to the hotel, but we didn't, which I was surprised at. And then we was like doing some stuff up in Washington D.C., like seeing some stuff. And then we got to the hotel. It was all nice and lavish, like one of them expensive hotels. I'm like, it better be if like people's parents done paid all this money for this like trip. So it was all nice, and like the people, they was ready with the room number and giving you your key card. I ran to the elevator. I got up to that room, and then I put my luggage on the bed, and, like claiming my bed like this my bed, and like then like the other dude came, put his luggage on the bed, and then the last dude, he came, and then he was like he was trying to figure out who he was gonna like alternate, who gonna sleep on the floor, because he's like, man, I ain't sleeping on the floor. He was like, man, I ain't sleeping in a bed with no dude or whatever. I'm like, really now? Is it that serious? Like, anyways, people just overdo stuff. But I was like, I claimed my bed because I was there first, like, so I'm like, I'm not good, because like me, I like I don't roll over, but I'm a heavy sleeper, I guess. I don't know, but I'm a wild sleeper, that's what it is. But yeah, so I slept in that bed by myself the whole trip, and then he was all mad and stuff. I'm like, I don't care. But then like I was hanging out with Abriana the whole trip, which made it fun. Like if it wasn't for Abriana, then the trip wouldn't have been as fun as it would have. But then, okay, we went to Pentagon City Mall. Yes, if you're in the McLean, Virginia area or close, or in Washington D.C., I can't remember where the mall is, but if you really want to find out, you could probably just inbox me and I could Google it if you don't feel like it. But you should Google that Pentagon City Mall. Go to that mall. It is huge. I love their stores. They have wonderful stores, and so yeah. And we had vouchers, which got on my nerves, and we had to pick and choose which one we wanted and stuff. But other than that, the trip was other than the coach bus, well, the coach bus was fun, but other than the vouchers, the trip was very fun. And I hung out with my friend Abriana the whole time, which was wonderful. So yeah. The other thing I didn't like is Washington D.C., all those federal buildings and governmental buildings or whatever you want to call it. We had to get our bags checked and stuff and go through metal detectors. That got on my nerve just a little bit. But other than that, it was a really good trip. And everybody else, they was having $500. Everybody it was people that had gift cards, which was understandable. Didn't want to lose some money. But people was having credit cards, like real credit cards like that. Their parents had gave them for the trip. Like, you don't need no credit card. Like, you got the hotel, you got food. You don't really need anything except souvenirs. But I got me a couple of shirts and a hoodie from Washington, D.C., which I'm going to show you right now. So, hold on. Okay. This is the first... Sorry. This is the first shirt that I got. Okay, then hold on. This is the hoodie that I got. My favorite color is blue, so that's what I got. That's why it's that color. And we stayed in the McLean, Virginia. So if you have information, if you want me to give you information about that, then this shirt. And then I got an Aeropostale shirt. And I'm not big on name brands, but I just wanted. So, hope you enjoyed this. So, have a nice day. Email me and my